Thank you very much, Lisa, for that wonderful introduction. I appreciate that. To the faculty and staff of Miller Grove High School, let me start by saying thank you for allowing me to address you and your students tonight. It is both a privilege and an honor. To all the families here, especially the moms and the dads, this day is a tribute to you. Your support and hard work and dedication is what pushed many of these students to be here tonight, and for that, you should be celebrated. And to the mighty class of 2012, today is your day. When I was invited to be the 2012 commencement speaker, I was humbled at the thought that someone, somewhere, thought that I was skilled enough to bring some words to this fine group of graduates, to be one of the last lectures that you would have to hear in your high school years, to impart a speck of wisdom that would hopefully inspire you to go on and do great things. So after I asked, "Why me, Lord?" and my heart raced and my palms sweat, I remembered that just 16 years ago, I stood on a stage much like this one and delivered the commencement speech at my own high school graduation. And it was then that the answer was clear. People must just think I talk a lot, so they keep asking me to do it. And as I pondered about what to say to you today, I was only given a few parameters. One, don't be too long. And seeing as how I'm probably one of the people standing between you, your diploma, and your graduation night festivities, I promise to be brief. And two, I was asked to hit on some key points for success after graduation and how you may accomplish your goals before you leave this earth, to tie in with your graduation theme of Before I Die. Well, as I sat thinking about that theme, one thing kept popping into my mind. Now, I know I graduated way back in the 90s, but I still think I'm pretty cool. You and I probably shop at the same stores, probably see the same movies, and we probably listen to the same music. So when I was told that your theme was Before I Die, my inner voice kept shouting back at me, YOLO. Now, students, there may be some faculty and staff and parents who may not be as hip as we are, and so we may need to help them understand that YOLO means what?
You only live once.
You only live once. It's a phrase that has gained popularity recently in a song called The Motto by some of our favorites, Lil Wayne and Drake. And while we have all over the past few months worked this phrase into our daily vocabulary, I'm here to remind you that today is the first day of a brand new world for you. And while your slate has been cleared and you have a chance to begin again and go on to greatness, you must remember you only live once. So I want to give you just a few tips on how to make that life count and how to be successful in whatever it is you plan to do. Number one, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Growing up, my mother was a high school business education teacher, and as a small child, I used to go to her office all the time. And on the wall of her classroom, where the students would sit daily, there was that mantra, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So when you leave your mother's house this fall to head to Howard University or Alabama A&M University or even Clark Atlanta, and you go to your first day of class, show up on time. Sit in the first 2 rows. Have your books purchased already and look ready to learn. If you're going straight from here into the world of work, show up on your first day well-dressed, hair cut, done, clothes freshly pressed, on time, looking ready to work. Professors and employers will judge you from day one. Make their first interaction with you a pleasant one. Leave them at the end of the day thinking, I really have a star in that young lady, or that young man is going to own this business one day. You never get a second chance to make a first impression, so do it right the first time. Number 2, respect your elders. Now, this isn't your typical do what your mama says do request, although you should always do what your mama says do. If you don't already do so, pay reverence and give respect to those who came before you. They worked tirelessly to pave the way for you, to have all of the freedoms and choices that you have today. And for those of you going on to college, I will share with you the 3 elders that my father told me I needed to respect and get to know my first week on campus. First, the financial aid lady, so that your refund check will always be posted. Second, the lady in the registrar's office, so that even if you don't get the classes you want, you will always get the classes you need. And last but certainly not least, the cafeteria lady, so that you will never go hungry. Number 3, what I've discovered is that you can't do anything in this world alone. As you navigate through the rest of your life, be open to collaboration with others. Other people and other people's ideas are often better than your own. Find a group of people, classmates, or friends who challenge and inspire you. Spend a lot of time with them and it will change your life. No one is here today because they did it on their own. You are all here today because someone gave you strength, helped you, held you in the palm of their hand. Someone prayed for you and helped you along the way. You were never alone in your journey. Take that into your next phase of life. We are all better together because together, everyone achieves more. Number 4, take action and get in the game. You don't receive respect, you earn it. And you aren't given opportunity, you fight for it. Find your passion and then fight for it. Do everything that you can do to turn that passion into your life's work. If it's baking cakes, then do it. If it's fighting injustice through the legal system, do it. If it's creating new drugs and procedures to help save lives, then do it. Ask yourself, what do you love to do? When am I being my most authentic me? And turn that into your dream job or even your side job, but find your passion and don't ever let that die. And if you don't know what your passion is right now, that's fine, but figure it out. Because sitting on the sidelines of life is not an option. For some of you, today is the best day of your life. But for others of you, it's the worst day of your life because you have no idea what tomorrow holds. You'll wake up tomorrow and have no school to get to, no one asking you for a hall pass, no one making sure you get out of bed. It's now all up to you. You must step up and step out into the world, trusting that you have been given the tools to succeed, and succeed you will. There is no room for fear, doubt, or hopelessness. You must forge your own path and lead yourself into your destiny. No one in this graduating class, or in this dome for that matter, was handed anything on a silver platter. It reminds me of that poem by the great Langston Hughes that said, "Life for me ain't been no crystal stair." It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places where there ain't been no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I've been climbing and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on that step because you find life's kind of hard. Don't you fall now. It wasn't easy for you to graduate high school. There are many people that you started off this race with 13 years ago who aren't finishing with you today. But all the while, you were still climbing. And today you sit here ready to continue the journey of life. You are stronger, you are wiser, you are better. And that leads me to my final tip. Never give up on your dreams. Make good decisions, set goals, take risks, and make a way out of no way. When everything else seems broken, remember that you were created for greatness. When you can't seem to find a way, make one. At the height of my career came the lowest point in the economy our nation had seen in generations. People were losing their jobs left and right. And no one ever thought that a lawyer could be laid off because the world always needs lawyers, right? Wrong. Just as my career began to skyrocket, it was grounded in a massive executive layoff at my company. And as stunned and sad as I was, did I sit on my butt and sulk and say, why me? Well, actually I did. But the week after that, I was back in the game. I had a passion for baking, and I had so much free time that I began to bake for friends, family, and strangers. I got so busy baking for other people that I didn't even have time to look for a new job. And that's when my company, Sweet Justice, was born. You see, out of my darkest moment came my sweetest joy. Never give up on your dreams. And know that a dream delayed is not a dream denied. My deepest hope for all of you is that you live your very best lives. That you recognize that service is the rent you pay to live here on earth and develop a commitment to others. And that you know that the sweetest revenge you could ever exact on your enemies is your ultimate success. You only live once. A few years ago, Steve Jobs, the man who made all of our fancy iPhones, told a group of students that no one wants to die. Even people who want to go to heaven don't want to die to get there. And yet death is the destination that we all share. No one has ever escaped it. And that is as it should be, because death is very likely the single best invention of life. It's life's change agent. It clears out the old to make way for the new. And right now, the new is you. But someday, not too long from now, you too will become the old. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition, because they somehow already know what you truly want to become. You only get one bite at this apple. Your high school days are gone. From this day forward, there are no do-overs, and there is no time to waste. So class of 2012, I only have one thing left to say as you embark on this new journey. As you walk across this stage and out the door and into your destiny, we will all be right here cheering you on and shouting, YOLO, you only live once.